Welcome to Prestige Worldwide, the podcast, a weekly battle of wits, debating everything from horseshoes to hand grenades, all for the privilege to be called right. And now, your hosts, Bobo and Travis.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Prestige Worldwide, the podcast. I'm Bobo, with me as always is Travis.
Hey, guys.
Coming to you live from a walkout basement in the middle of white trash America.
Sure.
I feel like that is appropriate.
Oh, yeah, I think so, too.
Okay.
When you add trash into it, I feel like it is appropriate and acceptable.
Yes, we live in white trash America.
Sure.
Basically one of the unknown capitals of the world.
Right. And it's very odd living in that.
You would have thought that being on this side of the Mason-Dixon line that we would be immune to that, but we're not.
No, in fact, we have friends that, we have a friend that works in the Deep South. And,
yes.
And has told me...
Green Bean Dave.
Right. He's told me that the ratio of Confederate flags to non-Confederate flags is much higher around us, north of the Mason-Dixon line, than in the South.
Really?
Yes. It's insane.
That's crazy.
Now, do
you think they're maybe ashamed of it because they actually were on the losing side and people up here don't know what it's like to be a loser?
I don't know, but I don't think I don't know if they're ashamed, but from what I can tell you, it does not diminish the frequency nor the quality of racism in the South.
Spoiler alert: if you are showing a Confederate flag anywhere on your person, house, car, vehicle, yard, you're trash.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
I'm not even going to qualify that because I don't have the time or the inclination to care about those people. Like, if you're still showing the stars and bars,
bro,
and in like a serious way, in any way at all, fuck you.
Yeah, you don't get it.
You don't get it.
And
I want to hear the arguments about how we don't get it because trust me, I fucking get it.
Right. I mean. I just don't. Yeah, I don't understand that. That is not the point of this episode at all.
No, it's not.
But I don't understand those people. I really do not get how much they don't get.
The level of ignorance is astounding to you.
It really is. And
yeah.
it's not. No, wait, no. It's not the level of ignorance. It is the level of rationalization to your point of view.
Okay.
I don't understand somebody who could be so wrong and think they're so right. Because that is exactly what it is. But you are a dickhead if you are rolling around with a fucking Confederate flag on your truck, on your car, on your arm, on your back, whatever the fuck it is, you're a dickhead.
Whenever anyone uses the insult dickhead, I always think back to that scene in the movie Liar Liar in the boardroom where Jim Carrey calls his boss a dickhead.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh yeah, and he it slips out because he's trying to, and he says it by accident because he can only say the truth.
Right,
and his boss laughs at it, and that was like the first joke. Dickhead.
It's not very often I call people dickheads, not for any reason of censorship at all. But it's
a great insult.
I just never think of it, and for some reason that popped into my mind.
It's a great insult.
But anyways, not even back to the episode because we have a shit ton to talk about this week and some recaps. Which one would you like to get started with first, Bubba?
Okay, so let us start with, let's go, we should go in the order of importance.
Okay.
So we'll go from least important maybe to most important. I don't know. What do you think?
We're going least important to the most important?
Yeah, you got hair queued up yet?
All right, talking about least important, let's listen to our voicemail.
We have some voicemails. Uncle Hare left us a voicemail. I haven't heard it yet, but Travis has.
Yeah, it's Dr. Hare here. I just called in. I have a doctor. This is what a doctor sounds like when he talks. So now to get that out of the way, I just want to say, yeah, hospitals cannot refuse service for any reason whatsoever. It's actually federal law, and I'm pretty sure those same federal laws apply to things such as airlines as well. But I actually, as much as I like to call in, just joke and give you guys a bunch of shit because it's funny, I'd actually like to come on the podcast and discuss this exact issue you guys were talking about, because there are some points I don't think either of you brought up that you're not considering that are very relevant to this discussion of whether or not Sarah Buckfuck Sanders can go eat at a restaurant or not. And there's some very important points that I think I'd like to bring up here that I think might affect one or both of your decisions on this matter. So, yeah, let me know when I can come on, and if not, well, then you're probably singling me out because I'm a piece of shit. And in Travis's world, that's cool. In Bobo's world, that's not, unless you don't consider the podcast to be a business. I don't really know where I'm going with this, but I am a doctor, and they have to operate on her. And fuck yourselves. I'll see you guys on the podcast next week.
So I like to point out why we started this as least important, because I tried to call Uncle Hare before the podcast, asked if he wanted to come on and talk about it, and he was busy. So good job, Uncle Hare. You fucking moron.
Right. Dr. Hare.
Dr. Hare.
Dr. Hare, yes. I would very much like to hear of your point of view if you could just call in, and maybe we'll have him on at some point. But my guess is by the time we can actually get him to call in, it's going to be irrelevant anyways.
It'll be irrelevant. So Dr. Dickhead, fuck off.
So there we go.
Thanks for wasting Travis and I's time. That was real nice of you.
Voicemail is done.
Really appreciate that.
I'd like to point out, though, we only give shit to Hare because we know him. So I'd like to say to the rest of the audience, if you'd like to leave us a voicemail, we'll be less harsh on you if you make good points.
Travis will be less harsh on you if you make good points. I will probably roast you because it won't agree with my opinion, and if you don't agree with me in my little hive mind, then too bad. You're a fucking idiot, and I will not pull any punches. But if you want to call in and get roasted, have fun.
Well, I'd like to.
747 banging. That's the number.
That's right. So, all right, on to the next update, if you will.
Okay, next update. We want to talk about what about Fantasy Movie League? Let's do that.
Let's talk about Fantasy Movie League. We have
which is more important than Uncle Hare. I just established that.
That is true. So I'd like to point out that once again I won this week.
Fuck.
Yep.
I was very close though.
You were very close.
Yeah, it was a close second place. I was watching that struggle.
You actually were.
Yeah,
yes.
I was.
Tim, yeah. The strategy I understand you're learning, but the strategy right now, it's not a good one to leave cinemas blank. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah, so you'll learn if you keep playing this. Never leave cinemas blank. I think there's only been one time in the whole years we've been doing this, honestly, and we've been doing this for years now.
Right.
There's only been 1 week ever in all those years where the best cinema complex had empty cinemas in it.
Right.
One time.
Yeah, so
it's very rare. It'll never happen. It's exceedingly rare.
I have made that mistake. I understand what you did. I get it. Sometimes it just looks like a good play, but it very rarely, very, very rarely is a good play.
Yeah, I think it's one time. It's it.
So and your box office total reflects that. I don't keep the. I don't want to. I don't want to shit on you, but
we're up to 4 members. We're getting some people in this league.
That's
so
right. And
everyone can join.
Yes, because this again is the practice season. Next season, when everybody understands kind of what's going on and understands how to play this game, that's when it's on.
So again, you go to fantasymovieleague.com.
Yep.
Search for Prestige Worldwide the podcast, and the password is Travis Bobo, all lowercase.
That's it.
You can sign up and play with the big boys, and I'll knock you around a little bit.
Sure.
Because I'm fucking pro at this, and next season it's on, like Donkey Kong, motherfucker.
Yes. Okay.
All you shitheads are going down. You don't know dick about movies, all right? You all thought The Last Jedi was good. I watched The Last Jedi again on Netflix on my new fucking projector.
Yeah.
Fuck that movie.
Really?
I mean, it's okay. It's a Star Wars movie, so it's pretty good. Okay, it's got the biggest plot hole in it that you could drive a fucking Mack truck through it.
What's the plot hole?
Why, in the love of all that is holy, does the captain, after the whole bridge crew gets destroyed or whatever, you know what I mean? Why did they not just tell the crew the plan? Why can't you say, hey guys, our plan is we're going to cloak these transports and fly to this planet undetected until the Empire passes? Why does she not just tell everybody that?
Because she doesn't want to make a big deal about how
they're down to their last 400 people. They want hope. Literally, the guy. What's the dude's name? The fly boy. Oh fuck.
I don't know.
Poe.
Okay, yeah.
So he's like, we just need something. He's like, we need hope. Tell us something, please. He's begging her, and she's like, nope, fuck you. What did you think was going to happen? You're down to your last 400 people, and you have no hope, and you've told them nothing, and they're like, do you have a plan? And your response is nothing. What do you think was going to happen? You don't think that crew's going to start getting desperate and take matters in their own hands at that point? Because I would.
Right.
That's a reasonable reaction if you think you're going to die.
Sure, but I don't know if that's a plot hole.
It's a huge plot hole because she could have just told them all, hey guys, I do have a plan. Here's the plan.
But it doesn't solve anything.
Yes, it does.
What does it solve?
It solves them freaking the fuck out.
I need to watch it again because
Watch it again.
I will.
You can never watch it again without seeing. Like, it's no captain would not tell their whole crew the plan unless it was like they had to be in the dark on. No one had to be in the dark on this.
Well, listen, she's a shitty captain. That's fine.
Right.
We'll talk about this when I watch it again.
Watch it, everyone. The Last Jedi is on Netflix. I'm employing all the listeners on the podcast. The Last Jedi is on Netflix now.
Yes.
Go watch it again
while you still can.
Think about my plot hole and realize how intergalactically stupid the movie is because of that. And then come back and tell me I'm right.
Right. Okay. Yeah. While you still can, go watch it on Netflix because Netflix and Amazon are going to start losing those movies real soon here.
For some reason, because the Force Awakens and Rogue One were also on Netflix for a long time. I think they might still be, actually. It was I'm wondering if they have some deal with LucasArts and Disney with Netflix because they
did. It's going to be. I don't know if anybody realized, but per last week when we talked about the Disney Fox merger,
yes.
So part of that, which I don't know if anybody remembers, but like I want to say like 6 months ago or something like that, Disney announced that they wanted to launch their own streaming service.
Yes, I did see that. I remember talking about that.
Now they own their own streaming service. They own Hulu.
Oh, because they're a majority shareholder now.
They're 60% stakeholder in Hulu. So they now have their own service. So all that Disney shit is going bye-bye on Netflix and on Amazon.
I don't know if that's true or not because they make double money if they put it on their own service and somewhere else. Because they can sell it to Netflix.
Possibly. Yeah, that's a good point. So maybe it won't.
But I do think the offerings will dwindle because of that.
Right.
I agree with you because they're going to want to attract people to their own service. And if you have your best stuff on other people's services, they're not going to go there.
You understand, too, because they're going to give... And
you know what, though? It's frustrating.
What's that?
Is like this is going to fuck us now.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. They're going to give preferential treatment to Hulu, so with all of like the exclusives right away. So again, they're going to fuck Solo over by putting it only on there for probably the first 6 months. And then when it gets to Netflix, people are again.
But they're also fucking us because you know what? People were like all excited to cut the cord. Hey, I don't need cable anymore. I'll just get Netflix and maybe Amazon Prime.
Right.
But now it's going to be like, well, if you want to watch anything, you got to have like all 18 online services now.
Sure.
You might as well just fucking have cable.
Yep.
You're all fucking ruining it.
Right.
Just fucking stop. Netflix had such a good thing going.
Yeah. But now you're going to pay more for all the different services than you were paying for one service with cable.
I got news for you. Hulu and Amazon Prime and Netflix, I'm only picking one of you. All right? I'm going to have a battle of the online services, and there's only going to be one winner, because guess what? I cut my fucking cable bill.
Right.
So I could not have to pay all this fucking money. I'm not going to do it, and I think most consumers are going to refuse. Because there are so many offerings now per all these things, you just can't watch it all.
Sure. Well, more to what is going to actually happen, because I don't see your scenario being in the real world. What is
really? We'll talk about that.
What is actually going to happen is you're going to get Netflix. I'm going to get Hulu, and we're going to trade passwords.
Yes, absolutely. But I think eventually in the future it's going to become like HBO type thing, where like you're an HBO person or you're not. Like, hey, I'm on Netflix. I watch all the Netflix shows, or I'm not.
You could, yes, possibly.
That's how I see it going.
But I feel like this is going to bring us together in the sense that everybody's going to share their passwords and try to get, because I mean that's what we're doing now. At least that's what I'm doing now. I have everything and only pay for one.
Yeah, I can watch whatever I want to.
So like, but
they might crack down on that. They might get smart about that.
They I'm sure they will. I think I don't know.
And then Pirate Bay's making a huge comeback.
Absolutely, 100%. Because
is that still a thing?
It is still a thing, because every once in a while I may or may not visit.
Travis definitely does not visit Pirate Bay.
I may or may not visit once in a while, but it's still a thing. You still can get some stuff on there.
Okay.
So
just curious.
Okay. Next update. I'd like to point out, and this is in no order of importance at this point.
Oh, I still think it's all vital important.
Is it really? Because
the hairs on the bottom of this fucking importance pyramid is very important to me.
He's at the bottom and everything else is just at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would really like to thank Frank that wrote us last week and let us know that one of our audio clips did not play.
Yeah, Bobo, fucked that up. I'm sorry, listeners.
We're not placing blame.
No, I'm taking the blame.
Okay,
It's
that's
cool.
fine. That's fine.
I edit the episodes. I fucked it up. I'm sorry.
But what I'm proud of is that Frank, within hours of the episode being out, wrote us and was like, "Hey, you guys are missing an audio clip."
About an hour after he did, my friend Justin also texted me and told me that.
Nice. Well,
So-
thank you guys for keeping us
Thanks, Justin.
in line.
Thanks, Frank, for letting us know that Bobo fucked up.
Yep.
Appreciate that.
We do appreciate that, and if there's any other problems, and I'm sure there will be.
Just make sure you watch your tongue around me again, because I don't really appreciate being talked down to like that. I don't need any of your fucking smart mouths.
But anyway, like I said, if there's anything else, and I'm sure there's gonna be, just let us know.
Hey, now. No, there will be. Also, SoundCloud's been fucking us lately, so if we uploading the episodes at weird times and stuff, it's because SoundCloud is going bankrupt, and you can tell. Their service reflects their quality.
I guess. Are they still going bankrupt?
I'm pretty sure.
Who knows? I don't know.
Have you heard anything positive in the news about SoundCloud lately? No, there's your answer.
But I haven't heard anything negative either.
I haven't heard anything. The only bad press is no press, Travis.
All right, PR Bobo. What's our next update then?
Next update. Okay, so I would like to just point out to everybody listening in the fucking world, Prestige worldwide motherfuckers, I was right.
You were right or we were right?
Well, we were right. The collective I.
Okay.
I, the podcast, was right.
The royal we.
So last week, we talked about Brondo and how Amazon and these companies are becoming Brondo, the thirst mutilator that owns everything.
And if you don't understand that reference,
Then too
again,
bad.
go watch Idiocracy. It's a democracy, or it's a documentary about what's going on now.
It is. It's filmed in the future and sent to the past in Doc Brown's time machine, so we all can avoid the pitfalls that might happen. However, we were making fun about these giant mega corporations like they were going to become Brondo and own literally everything.
Right.
Well, not one day after I talked about that with Amazon and how they own Whole Foods now and all this other shit,
right,
they went out and bought an online pharmacy.
Sure.
So they went and bought the online pharmacy PillPack. And this is the problem I have with Amazon, okay?
Okay.
Is the article in the Wall Street Journal that talks about them buying PillPack is, the quote is, Amazon is only paying about $1 billion in cash. Like, it's no big deal that they just bought a company for $1 billion! That's how much money Amazon has now. $1 billion is like a small acquisition.
I mean, isn't that great? And on a certain level, isn't that great?
No!
Like that a company is doing so well that they can,
until they become Brondo.
And replace water with Gatorade,
right?
Or Amazonade.
We're fucked. You can now buy everything in Amazon. You can get your pills, you can get your food, you can get your electronics, you can get your fucking cloud service, you can get your music, get your movies, get your TV.
Sure.
You can get your clothes. Can you buy homes on Amazon?
Not. You might be able to.
You know what? I'm gonna find out. Can you buy a home on Amazon?
Well, don't you want to do an upcoming episode of everything you can buy on Amazon?
No, because it would take forever. That we can fit into an hour.
But all the cool things that you can buy. All right, well, check it out. See if you can buy a home. I'm assuming there's got to be like a manufactured home or something like that you can buy.
There has got to be. Well, maybe not. There's books on how to buy. You can buy the books on real estate investing on it.
I'm trying to think. There was something that I was looking to buy on Amazon that I couldn't get on Amazon, and I was absolutely shocked.
Really?
Oh, I know what it was. When I was redoing my house, I was like, you know what? We could probably get a better deal on like refrigerators and appliances. And that is not their forte at all. So I was pretty shocked.
Isn't that Best Buy's forte?
Yes. So they don't sell it all. Or I mean, you could buy it on Amazon. It's just not a great deal.
Can't buy a home yet on Amazon. So okay, now tomorrow, if Amazon goes out and buys like Coldwell Banker, then I know that I'm right.
I don't know. It kind of happened kind of quietly. Did you see what else Amazon did?
What'd they do?
They're starting their own delivery fleet.
Oh, they're going to put UPS out of business.
Yes. Well, not UPS. It's really going to fuck the United States Postal Service. But
do they use Postal Service, Amazon mostly?
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought they meant.
They forced them into delivering on Sundays. Like you get Amazon. That's the only thing they deliver on Sundays. You get Amazon packages on Sundays.
Good for them.
So yeah, yes.
Dude, Bezos is like a fucking rock star, man.
He really is. But
He just rolls in a Bentley, you know what I mean? Before we had like these really mild-mannered billionaires, like we had Warren Buffett, who owns the same home he's lived in since 1957 or something
Right.
like that. And we have mild-mannered Bill Gates, who's still wearing sweaters you can buy at fucking Costco.
yeah,
And, you know, like he's real understated.
Sure.
He's driving like, you know, a used Honda Civic with like 100,000 miles on it.
I doubt that highly.
Oh, I bet you what kind of car do you think Bill Gates drives?
I don't think he drives.
Really?
I don't think he drives.
Oh, I bet he does.
I bet you he doesn't because he probably uses that time to do other shit.
Hey, good point. But if Bill Gates did drive, I bet you Bill Gates doesn't have like a toy car. I bet you doesn't have like a $100,000 Porsche in his garage.
No, I bet you he has like he has an electric car. I bet you he has a Tesla or Chevy Volt or something like that.
Okay. I could see him having a Tesla or a Chevy Volt or something like that.
Or maybe he was one of
But
those.
then,
wait,
you know-
no, wait. Maybe he's one of those guys that bought that hydrogen car. Remember when?
I'm still rocking it?
Yes, exactly. That's what he's. Yeah, steam powered car or something.
Something weird like that.
Right? Yeah.
He has the Honda, the original Insight, remember?
The dumb looking
The
one.
dumb
with
looking one
the
that's only,
fenders.
it's only manual transmission.
Oh my god. Yeah.
He has one of those.
Yes, absolutely.
Then you got Bezos, who rolls on the scene, and he's like the new hotshot billionaire who owns like a private jet, and he flies it everywhere.
He's like a less inventive Tony Stark.
Yes.
I would say. I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
I mean, he's innovative, but he's not inventing like cool shit like Tony Stark would.
And apparently, and Elon Musk, who apparently all they talk about now is how he yells at people. Which
Oh, really?
I love, by the way. Yeah, so apparently it came out today. They made their number, their production number recently for like 5,000 in a week for
Right.
Model 3, but it's like a fake number.
Oh,
Because
okay.
they had most analysts feel like they did like this like last minute like production push. They made people work like 20 hours a day to get it done.
Gotcha.
That's not sustainable.
Right.
But also, it was noted that like he was like screaming at people in the factory line or something to like get it done or something like that. Or he was apparently like he's losing his mind. So as much as I hate Elon Musk, so I'm very proud of this.
Yeah, I know you do it. I still don't understand. I don't understand how
Tesla's fool's gold. I think everyone's being duped by him, and it's gonna end badly for a lot of people.
Okay, sure. I know you feel that way, but I don't.
Well,
see,
if you read the news, most analysts are starting to catch on to that.
Well, you've been saying this for probably like a year now.
Yeah, it takes a while.
And I don't know. I mean, I get that, but like, I don't see. I don't understand why you actively root for this guy to lose.
Because I think he's very disingenuous about it. He constantly gets on these shareholder calls and these phone calls and basically tries to lie his way out of like why they're not meeting numbers and stuff. And I don't like it. I think it's very disingenuous.
Okay.
I think he's lying to a lot of people with a lot of money, and he's going to steal it all, and they're all going to go bankrupt because of him. That's my problem with it.
I mean, he's going to go bankrupt as well.
It doesn't matter. He's Elon Musk. He's already got enough money. Even if he goes personally, he'll be fine. Even if his company goes belly up.
Yeah, I guess so. But I don't know.
He'll just go to Mars.
Okay,
Fuck it.
sure, that's fine. I don't need to get into a debate about that. But you have another topic that you want to update us on as well.
Okay, so this goes back to the main topic from last week.
Okay.
So, we'll talk on it quickly, okay? I'm not going to harp on it forever because there's no point in me being right forever.
Sure. Being right forever? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
So, on last week's episode, remember when I was talking to you about what kind of world you want to live in?
Sure.
Well, here's the problem with why you're wrong and I'm right, okay? Because I was saying that no matter what the law actually is now, I made the argument that it'd be a better world if you take the choice out of businesses' hands.
Okay.
That they can't deny service to anybody, and whatever happens, happens.
Right.
Because I don't like this trend of people going out in public that are public figures and being harassed, basically.
Okay.
I don't like that. It's not a good trend. Nobody wins when that happens. It's a net loss for society and for America when these things start happening.
I don't disagree with you on that one.
Okay, well, guess what happened yesterday?
Somebody got yelled at.
The EPA chief, Scott Pruitt, was having dinner at a restaurant.
Right.
And a adult, we'll use the term loosely there,
Okay.
air quotes, adult, came up to him and basically asked him to resign
Okay.
while he was having dinner at a restaurant.
What's wrong with that?
Just walked up to him and started talking to him, like basically yelling at him to resign.
Okay. Wait. You said he asked him to resign, and then you said he yelled at him. Did he?
No, it's a she, number one.
She? Okay.
And she had her kid with her, number two.
Okay.
And she basically just confronted him like while he was eating his fucking meal.
Right.
That is not okay. Like that's not what you do to a normal person. Like if you did that to me in a restaurant, I'd be like, what the fuck is your problem? If I walked up to you, if you walked up to me, Travis, while I'm eating at Cracker Barrel or whatever,
sure,
and you're like, hey, you should quit your fucking job, I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
If you were as bad at your job as he is, I wouldn't look down on somebody for telling you to quit your job.
No, that's not the point, though.
How is that not the point?
Because half of America thinks he's doing a good job, one, so you can't judge that. It's opinion, not fact.
Okay.
And two...
No. I don't believe half of America knows who the fuck he is to begin with.
I think more popular than you think he is.
And B, he denies science, all right? And you're the head of the EPA.
I don't like him either.
Right.
I don't care.
But okay, so when somebody fucking sticks their head in the sand and says, and, basically puts their fingers in their ears and holds their breath and says, I hear all this science, but I'm not going to listen to you, then there needs to be some sort of reaction to it.
See, here's my... And
I'm okay with somebody asking him to resign.
See, this is why you've walked right into my trap, because I've got you now.
Okay.
Because the whole point of having rules and laws like that to protect everybody is they protect everybody, Travis. You can't just pick and choose because you don't like someone or agree with what he says that you think it's okay to harass him. That's my point.
Well, no, but you're right. You can't just pick and choose, so it's okay for everyone.
Right, or no one, because I don't think people going around now harassing public figures on either side of the aisle is going to make us better as a country.
But your point of view is you take that decision out of restaurant owner or business owners' hands.
Sure.
They shouldn't be allowed to refuse service to anyone, correct?
Correct.
So what if some dude comes in and starts making advances at a waitress?
That's different. I said if they were acting like a normal person in society. If they start causing a scene or another disturbance outside of who they are, I don't care who they are, that's different.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if a random person comes in and just has a meal and doesn't cause any problems other than being who they are.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like if you're wearing a Nazi uniform in a restaurant, that's different also.
Right.
Don't bring that argument either, because that's not the same thing.
Sure. Okay.
My argument assumes that you're wearing blue jeans or khakis and a collared shirt tucked in with a belt.
That you're fine. I understand that argument. I just because
tomorrow what happens is now we have a redneck who walks into a restaurant that Sotomayor's having a meal at and starts accosting her for her Supreme Court decisions. That's the next step, and that's not okay.
Okay, but I don't know. I'm not going to say that's not okay, because if
whoa, what?
I'm not going to say that is not okay.
You have to be on. Listen, either is or it isn't.
That's what I'm saying. It's okay because if you
think that's okay. Wow, I cannot. I'm surprised that you really you also you realize that we flip sides here.
Oh, I know.
You've become the libertarian,
yes,
and I've become the bleeding heart liberal.
No, you're not liberal at all.
Oh my God, what I'm saying right now is so socialist it makes me sick.
Yeah,
I want to protect everybody from the oppressions of everybody else.
But that's okay. But that's not liberal.
Oh yes, it is. It's very liberal. Bernie Sanders, I guarantee you, thinks how I think right now. I bet you if we could get him on the podcast, he'd agree with me.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with having him on the podcast. But I'm not comfortable with telling businesses they can't do what they want.
I know, which is funny. That's a very libertarian way of thinking about it.
Right. I understand. I do.
I'm putting restrictions on businesses' free speech.
Right. I know, and I don't like
that. That's very liberal of me.
It's not liberal at all.
Yes, it is.
Putting it on their free speech?
That's exactly what liberals do.
That's not true.
No, disagree.
I mean, the free speech is that's why they call them snowflakes, because they can't handle when people make fun of them.
Right. So I'm protecting them.
Right. No, you're not. You're not. Well, you think you're protecting them, but you're not. Anyways, again,
But I'm just saying that we were now down. So now, last week it was Huckabee Sanders.
Right.
This week now it's Scott Pruitt. So just wait. We're going to keep going down this road. It's going to get much worse before it gets better.
Sure.
Because now that these things are getting in the news, people are going to start getting emboldened by it.
Sure.
And it's going to get out of control.
I don't disagree with you that I don't disagree with you that this is bad for our country.
Okay.
I
So we have some common ground there.
I don't disagree with that this is bad. But the problem is, what do? You're so frustrated with whatever's going on, with whoever you believe, or whoever you choose to follow. You're frustrated with the current administration. You're frustrated with libertards taking down, Confederate soldier monuments. You're frustrated with whatever. So like,
and he's using the royal you, not just me, because I don't.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Confederate monuments coming down.
But I mean,
I want to preface that.
What are you supposed to do? Like, at this point, people feel like they have no voice.
They do have a voice. It's called vote.
But it only happens so often.
Okay.
So and shit's getting. I'm gonna use a line from Idiocracy. Shit's getting real fucked up real fast. So like,
you know what?
Like, I mean,
vote.
I'm okay.
You do, no,
but
listen.
I vote, and I feel like this.
Okay.
So like, I was actually talking about
go join a rally, go protest. There are ways of peaceful demonstration that don't infringe on people's private lives.
Sure.
That's my point.
I guess.
If you got 1,000 other people that felt just like you, Travis, and went and protested on the grounds of the Washington Monument, you'd get pressed too.
Absolutely.
Okay, well then do that.
But it doesn't. But it you're not affecting people one-on-one. If you can, I understand the motivation behind this, but again, I will say I think it's bad for our country.
Yes,
I understand your point of view with that, but there is, I don't necessarily have a problem with it, because these people only hear what they want to hear, and if they don't hear the dissension, I think that's a problem. Like I
guarantee you they hear the dissension.
I think they laugh it off.
Of course they do. They just got elected. They have every right to laugh it off because it didn't work. It didn't work.
Sure, it didn't work, but well,
so I mean,
sort of didn't work. But
they have a right to do that. That's my point. But just because you don't agree with them, I don't think these situations are going to make the things any better. I think it's going to make things much worse. Because if all of a sudden every meal that Scott Pruitt starts to go out to have, he starts getting harassed.
Right.
You just turn him into a martyr if you don't like him. And if you do like him, you just get upset about it.
Yeah.
It makes both sides bad, because a lot of people like me who might not even agree, I feel bad for the guy if he can't even have a meal in public anymore. Like, he didn't sign up for that.
I agree with everything, except I don't feel bad for him at all.
Yeah, you don't like him though. If it was your person, you'd feel bad for him. You don't have to feel bad because you don't like him. That's my point, though.
No. There is a difference. There's a difference in why I don't feel bad for him than what you're saying. Yes, you're right. I don't like him, but I don't feel bad for him because he's a fucking moron.
Yeah, but it's gonna be more than just him. That's my point. It's not gonna stop with him.
But I'm talking about him right now. There's clear science out there he can read and chooses not to believe science. Believe science. That is such a fucking stupid sentence to say, and yet we have people out there that do it.
I'm not saying I disagree with your
right. I
reasons
know
for hating him. I just think that we need things to protect everybody, regardless of who they are. That's what America's built on, is inclusion. And I think that type of logic, undermines everything America stands for. And that's my problem with it. But
the opposite side of it, the people that are saying, is everything that America stands for. Being able to voice your opinion, being able to say,
and we have ways of doing that constructively that have actually been very effective in American history. I don't think this is going to be very effective, though. I think it's just going to be a roadblock to making amends with because both sides are so far apart now.
I agree. We can get off this topic because we're just going to keep going around.
Yeah,
and around.
But it'll get Uncle Harry to call back in again, and maybe he'll actually want to talk to us about it.
The problem is neither side can empathize with the other at this point.
I don't think they want to. That's the problem. I'm sure they could. They just don't want to, which is worse.
Well, they don't want to, but because they don't want to, they can't. So, yes, and I think it's a huge problem,
very big,
and so I don't know. I don't know what the solution is.
Oh, I don't know either.
Yeah,
I have no idea what the solution is to this.
Okay, I'm gonna turn 360 degrees, 180 degrees.
Yeah, say 360.
Yeah,
we're right back.
I'm not coming on
again.
I'm gonna turn 360 degrees and talk about the same goddamn subject. But I'm gonna do a 180 degree turn because I have a story that I've been waiting a week to tell you about.
Okay.
And I'd like to talk about this.
Okay.
Jesus, we're running long.
What time is it?
We're probably about 30 minutes into this.
Oh, good.
So, anyways.
I got a story too. So
again, we're going to blow up the topic for this week. We'll get to it next week.
Oh, I knew we wouldn't get to this topic.
Anyways.
This episode is called To Be Continued, the episode.
To be continued?
Yeah.
Or Storytellers, the episode?
Storytellers. Or
well, we'll figure it out.
The rest of the story of the episode.
So I was
Harvey.
I was hanging out with a friend of mine.
Yeah, well, friends.
And this is anecdotally. But so I'm hanging out with a friend of mine, and he was telling me this story that I found. I find stories like this interesting because when people's point of view sets reality, when it's clearly not reality, it's funny to me. And I'll explain what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So he's telling me this story about he heard this story. This isn't like a friend of a friend or anything like that. He just heard this story about a guy that this guy, ever since he was a child, thought a poop knife was a normal thing. And I'll explain what a poop knife is.
Because you saw my eyes widen there. I've got so many questions right now.
So this guy's family had a poop knife. Apparently their shits were pretty large. So after they would shit, they'd have to take a knife and break up the poop. So it was basically just a rusty knife hanging next to the toilet. So
that is barbaric.
So
what are these names?
I don't know where they're from. I don't know.
Savages.
I don't know too much. But the funny part about this story is this guy, when he was like 20, went to his drug dealer's house, which I don't know why that was put in, but he went to his drug dealer's house.
Why am I not surprised a guy cuts up his own shit does drugs?
Took a shit and yelled, "Hey man, where's your poop knife?" He thought every house had a poop knife. He was 20 years old and thought every house had a rusty fucking knife that you would cut up shit with. So I was.
That's how you know your guy's not a narc.
So seriously, hey, where's your poop knife? What's poop knife mean, man? Are you trying to set me up? Is that your code word? But I was talking to a friend of mine about this, and he was telling me this story, and I was laughing, and we were told another friend, and she's like, "Oh, I've heard about that before." And we're like, "Wait a minute, you've heard that story before?" And she's like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, let me look it up. Let me look it up on the internet. Let's see where this story is." And I never really got that far because when I looked up poop knife on the internet, Amazon sells one.
Whoa! What?
Amazon sells a poop knife.
I'm going to confirm this right now.
Oh, it's blue.
Do you know what color it is?
Are you kidding me? I saw an Amazon listing.
Holy shit!
And Prime members can get it for what is it, $14.99?
$10.85.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Who knew poop knife was a thing?
It is a thing.
It very much is a thing.
Holy shit!
Here's my question: where do you keep a fucking poop knife?
Well, hanging up next to your toilet, dummy.
What, you get shit on your wall?
Dude, that is fucking unreal.
I knew you'd like that.
Unreal.
Yeah.
That guy went his whole life thinking that he was normal,
right,
and then thought he was crazy.
No. Don't finish that sentence, because he's still fucking crazy.
I'm not, but
it's large enough to have a product out. I understand that.
Right.
But
so that's a little vindication for him, though.
I guess a little bit, but I've never heard of a family having a poop knife.
If you have, okay. That's the poll for this week. Did you know a poop knife is a real thing?
Did you know what a poop knife is? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. That's the poll. That's the poll this week.
You need to go vote on pbthepodcast.com or just text us your answer, call in, leave us a comment on Facebook, whatever. I don't care where you put your answer, but did you know?
Yeah, because we need to know.
One word answer, yes or no. If you put that anywhere on any comment, I'll figure out what you mean. I'll know you're talking about the poll this week. Okay?
Poop knife.
Just call me, all right? 747 bang, let me know.
Just call me. We need to talk about this. Do you use a poop knife?
Jesus Christ.
So that was my poop knife story.
That is fucking gnarly.
And
1085.
Yeah.
Poop
So
knife.
all right, let's get to your story then.
Okay. Travis. So I thought that we've reached the lowest of the low of society.
Okay.
When you dealt with people that you randomly meet on Craigslist. I mean, I've bought and sold a lot of things on Craigslist in my life. Full
Okay.
disclosure. I've met some real yahoos. on Craigslist.
Sure.
Have you met some real yahoos on Craigslist?
I've met some interesting people. I've never met like anybody of noteworthy. Let's put it that way. Like I've never met anybody that I would like put it down like, hey, I'm going to talk about this on the podcast, or I'm going to tell people about this. So
I know I met some characters. I'm just saying I met some weird people.
You sold a lot more than I have, though.
Absolutely.
Right.
But I found a new gold mine of yahoos.
Okay.
It is called Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, okay.
So I'm selling a used car.
Right.
An older used car. A junk pile, basically, for a couple $1,000s. Okay?
Right. Yes.
I want to tell you the story I had and the listeners about what happened this past weekend.
So okay, but I keep in mind I'm going to have some questions.
Yes.
So go kind of slow in that respect.
Oh, I will.
But
Try to keep up.
My first question here is: did you list it on both Facebook and Craigslist?
I did.
Okay. Did you? And the first hit you got was on Facebook?
I don't remember I got a lot of hits on this car. I don't remember what the first. This is not the first hit or the last hit that I got.
Okay.
Okay. But I ended up the person that the story is about is Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
So my ad is pretty. I'm pretty good at selling things online, and I'm pretty full disclosure about it. So I post pictures of the car,
right?
The mileage, what it is, what it needs,
right.
all that stuff. It's all out there in the open. You know what I mean? If you
right.
come see this thing, I guarantee you have zero surprises. And no one's surprised when they see it. Like, it's exactly how I describe it.
Right, because you don't want that.
Right. I'm pretty good at my price is very fair.
Right.
So I know I'm going to sell it for the price I listed it for, so it's whatever. But I have a guy, he hits me up 8 a.m. on Saturday morning.
Okay.
And he's like, hey, man, you still have that car for sale? I'm like, yeah, I do. I have it for sale. He's like, I already have a guy who wants to come like at 5 o'clock in the evening. I was like, but it's first come, first serve. You come and buy the car, then it's sold. You know what I mean? So he's like, I'll be there at 9:30.
Okay.
a.m. I'm like, cool, man. Great. I'll be here. No problem. Okay. 10 o'clock rolls around. Not there yet. So I send him a text. I'm like, hey, man, just wondering if you're still coming or not. He sends me a picture back of him driving. That's his response, Travis.
That just a picture. No. Yep.
No words.
No words. Just
no words.
Just a fucking picture.
I'll post the picture on the website.
Okay.
Of just him driving.
Okay.
And if you can figure out where he is in that picture, let me know, because sure shit wasn't close to me.
Okay.
Just a picture of him driving, okay?
Right.
Let's see if I can find this picture to show you, because it's very important that you see the picture so you understand, what I'm dealing with here. All right, so here's the picture, Travis. This is what he sends me back.
Okay.
That's the picture.
Clearly on the road.
So I send him a message back, and I'm like, oh, cool, man. I'll see you soon. You know what I mean?
Right.
Never shows up, okay?
Okay.
11 o'clock passes, 12 o'clock passes. So I'm like, okay, this guy just didn't show up. No big deal. This guy who's buying the car at 5 o'clock, this is important to note, is coming from 2 hours away.
Okay.
He tells me this.
Right.
So when it's time to leave, I asked him, hey, you still coming? He's like, yeah, man, I'm leaving now. I'll be there in a couple hours.
Okay.
I'm like, cool, man. That's awesome. I'll see you then. Okay?
Yep.
That's at 3 o'clock. So at 4:30, the guy rolls up.
The 9:30 guy.
Yes.
Okay.
So Travis didn't call me. Okay. He said he was going to be there at 9:30 in the morning. 10 o'clock, he sends me back a picture of him driving.
Right.
He shows up at my house at 4:30.
What was... Okay, all right. Let's give the guy the benefit of the doubt. Did you ask him why he's showing up now?
Yes.
And his response was?
No answer. Just like evaded the question.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So what was how'd the conversation progress?
Okay,
so he has no answer, and how does the conversation progress?
Well, so this is the best part, because as you guys know me, old Bobo is back. New Bobo is dead. I'm reverting back to just the old crass, don't give a fuck Bobo.
So basically, all the things we talked about, the problems for society that we talked about earlier in this episode, you are now.
I decided to become one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I've decided to fit in. I'm a conformist after all. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, whatever. So I'm like, here's the car, bro. Look at it. All right. He's here. I'm like, fuck it, just fucking look at it. Whatever. You know what I mean? I'm like annoyed, but he's already here. So I'm like, take a look at it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because there's an off chance the guy that comes after him won't buy it. Because I've already had people look at it and try to haggle on the price and stuff. And I'm like, okay, go away. So he looks at it and stuff. The best part is, though, he asked me if he can drive it. And I'm like, no.
I mean, I feel like that is you got a guy coming in a half an hour. Of course, you
Well,
can't drive
he's like, what? I'm like, no. I have a guy coming at 5 who's coming from 2 hours away, and I'm going to sell it to him first if he wants it.
And what was his response to that?
He wasn't very happy about that.
No shit. It took him like 8 hours to get to
Right?
you.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, what? I'm like, basically, I'm like, I'll call you if he doesn't buy it.
And he's like, okay, and left.
Well, he was like, but I want the car. Even after I wouldn't let him drive, he's still like, oh, I want the car. And he's like, I'm here first. I'm like, too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck do you think's going to happen there, bro? Like I told you, this guy's coming 2 hours away. I'm not a dick to him. That's not fair. Like, I'm not selling it to you. Like,
Right. Wow.
Piss off.
Still, I'm just, you didn't press him at all, like, of where he was for the 7.5 hours.
What the fuck do I care? Like, how did he even know I was going to be home? Number one.
Because you had a guy coming at 5. That was your first problem. You told him you had a guy coming at 5, so he knew he just had to get there before
He
5.
was 8 hours late, though.
Apparently, in that guy's world, it doesn't matter.
Well, you know what? You missed out on this fucking sweet ride because the guy came at 5 o'clock, bought the car. So,
oh, that's great. Like, but that is something that I think
fucking bizarre, dude.
If I were in your shoes, that is a situation that I'll think about. It may haunt me for the rest of my life, and I'm definitely going to think about it for the rest of my life. What was that guy doing for all that time?
Why would he just not tell me? I'll be there late in the afternoon. I'm like, okay. Like, if you had told me that, I don't know. I would have been like, don't come. Number one.
Well, listen, all these are great questions. All these are questions
I'm still thinking about it.
That do need to be answered, but you're never going to get this answer. That's the problem. What, like, did he appear to have a drug problem?
No.
What could he possibly be doing for all that time?
I don't know.
You think like he like saw like an all you can eat special and just like pulled over and was like, fuck it, dude. I got till 5 o'clock. And like at 4 o'clock, he was like still chowing down on all you can eat shrimp. And he was like, shit, I gotta get to Bobo's
and buy this fucking shitty ass car. So I couldn't believe like who would do that?
That guy.
Yeah, but like, can you imagine you ever doing that or any person you know doing that?
No.
Like, that's so fucked. What an asshole.
Can I imagine anybody that we know doing that? Now that is an interesting question.
Oh, is it?
It is. Because there may or may not be some people in our lives.
Oh.
That I could see doing that.
I mean, I'd be mortified of embarrassment. Like, I show up 7 hours late to something.
I would, I would at least have an excuse.
No.
Like something plausible.
Yeah, it's called, you don't just show up, though, if you have an excuse. You need to talk to me first.
No. But I'm saying for me, for if I did that, you're right. I would have texted you. I would have texted you words and not just pictures. But like I would have said something that maybe I don't know. I would have said something that I would have had an excuse. I guess. I think that's my only thing. Although real quick, we're not going to have an end times for this week. Because I've got another story, unless you really wanted to get to end times.
No, I don't have an end times.
Okay, we don't have an end times anyways. Good, because I've got a real quick story that is similar to this.
Oh, what?
Did I talk about our friend Dave that we've already talked about on this episode?
Oh, Green Bean Dave?
About his Lyft drive or his Lyft?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, I got to tell this story real quick because it's kind of in the same vein as your story. So our friend Dave, he has a wife and a newborn child, and he decided to take a Lyft somewhere with those three, and then his sister and a friend of his. Okay. So they needed a Lyft XL or whatever that is in Lyft terms. I don't use Lyft, and so I'm not exactly sure what the.
And this story is why you don't use Lyft?
Well. Yeah, it could be. So they needed the bigger car, whatever. We're just going to call it like Lyft XL. So who was coming for them? Their driver's name was Rebecca. Okay. A man showed up. So a man shows up.
Hey, Kelly can be a guy's name too.
Sure, Kelly could be. Pat could be a guy's name too. So
Dave, of course, too.
Dave, yes. Dave says to the driver, "You're not Rebecca." And the guy goes, "Yeah, she's at work." What? So okay, so they're like, "Fuck it." They get in the car. They meet us. We're meeting them. So night progresses. Whatever. They decide to leave a little earlier than we were going to leave.
Okay.
myself, my wife, and some other friends of ours were there as well. So they leave. They call another Lyft XL. Rebecca shows up again. It's the dude, and Rebecca is now in the passenger seat.
Okay. Well, we should know who Rebecca is.
Kind of fucked up on something.
Oh, what?
Yeah, like kind of like not all synapses are firing. Like something's. She was. I don't know. Booze, pills, whatever. I don't know what it was, but not ever. She was not totally there.
Okay.
Something tells me she wasn't at work. She was just getting the job done. So they come out.
You're done.
And the car was packed to begin with. It was like an SUV.
Okay.
So it was packed to begin with when it went down. So Dave says to the driver, the guy, I don't know if he ever got his name, he goes, how are we going to get everybody in there now? And the guy's response was, I'll walk. She can drive you, I'll walk. That's the driver's response. Okay, whatever.
Well, that's a bigger whatever because she's fucked up on something.
So she gets out of the car. I come walking up on them now. Like we now have come upon this scene, we'll say.
Okay.
She hops out of the car, no shoes. She has shoes to put on. She just hadn't gotten there yet. So she puts on her shoes. She gets in the back of the car, and the guy says, I'm just going to walk, you take him. She goes, no, I'll walk, you take him. So I don't know, like...
They would have liked walking in this family.
We were miles away from the destination, so I don't know where the fuck they were walking. But, like, anyways, so the guy opens up the back because there was a stroller involved with a newborn.
Right.
Opens up the back of the car. There is a brand new shovel sitting there. Brand new shovel, like a gardening shovel.
Okay.
That wasn't there before. In the 4 hours since they had used them before, they picked up Rebecca and a new shovel. And Dave asked the guy, hey, what's the deal with that shovel? He didn't have an answer for him.
What?
Yeah. You can say anything. I'm planting a tree tomorrow. I'm burying your bodies later. Whatever you want to say, he could have said.
I'm digging a hole 6 feet deep later.
Right. Like, so he just was like, well, just trailed off.
Like I did. Where are you? Well,
yeah, like
that's
just,
exactly that.
Who doesn't have a fucking answer for
Dude, people that don't have answers, you cannot trust them.
So again, we had come walking up on this scene, and at that point, I said, Dave, we will get you home. Like we can take some of you in our car, and you can go with our other friends in another car. We'll get you home. Don't get in this fucking car.
No, you're gonna die in a desert.
Right. So like, which I secretly think that the guy driver, again, I don't have his name, I think he was probably a little relieved because that was a lot of graves he was gonna have to dig.
Right.
I feel like he was like, oh, you know what? We can get somebody else that's maybe a smaller family that we can,
right.
We don't have to dig so many holes.
We can just get a couple.
Right. There you go.
Right. Yeah. Without a stroller. I got to put the stroller in the hole too. Like, that's a lot more effort.
Yeah. You got so many things, but Jesus Christ, you have a brand new shovel. You obviously bought it for a reason, and you cannot come up with this reason.
You were 7 hours late. Where were you?
Again, yes. These are the questions that will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Yeah. These questions.
All right.
The number is 747 banging.
747-226-4464.
Call in and tell us the best time in your life where you asked somebody a question and they gave you a non-answer. Because these are great situations. Hey, man, where were you at 9:30 in the morning? Hey, man, what's with the shovel in your trunk that wasn't there 4 hours ago?
Well, you see, it's a funny story.
Well, I just got this.
Yeah.
No, get in the car.
My God. But yes, I want to hear if there's more stories out there. I'm sure there are. I want to hear them because I'm fascinated with shit like that.
Yeah, non-answers to the really important questions in life.
I don't feel like I could do that.
Like, no.
I don't feel like you're going to ask me a question. I'm probably going to give you an answer.
Or if I don't want to answer, I'm going to be like, I'm not answering that. Like when contractors ask you, hey man, what's the lowest quote you got? I'm like, I tell them, I'm not answering that.
Right.
Like, fuck you. Do your own estimates, asshole.
Yeah. And from now on, you should just trail off and just go.
What's the lowest? I'd be like, well,
yeah.
They'll be like, what was that? But well, this and that, and I got some.
Well, I've got a lot of balls to juggle. I don't know. A lot of balls in the air right now.
a lot of ins, a lot of outs.
I'm an importer, exporter. Whatever, man.
pwpodcast.com. PW Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that social media bullshit. You can find us on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher. Just search for Prestige Worldwide, the podcast. Tell your friends, tell your loved ones. Come join the Movie League, fantasymovieleague.com. Prestige Worldwide, the podcast. Password is Travis Bobo.
Yep. And keep engaging with us. We like this. I'm really liking people.
We're getting some more engagement.
I do. I like it a lot. So keep me happy.
And tell more people about it so we have more engagement.
That would be great.
That'd be great. Best thing you can do for us.
I think so. You got anything else for this week?
Nope.
So maybe next week we'll get to our topic from 2 weeks ago.
Tune in to find out.
All right, guys. See you next Thursday.